Hi, my name is Stephen Umbo. Is Metekama. You are welcome to the Ninzo Voice lectures. Today, I will be presenting the Ninzo traditional marriage rules. That's the constitution of Ninzo traditional marriage. So this is series 3 and 4. I'm going to combine them together. The last series we talk of a marriage between a Ninzo girl and someone who is not from Ninzo land or a Ninzo person, and I equally talk of a Ninzo, somebody who is not a Ninzo person marrying a Ninzo girl. We gave you in the last series, that is series number 2. We discussed that in details too. And this is series 3 and series 4. I'm going to combine it together. That is the traditional marriage, the constitution that guides a woman that is a divorcee, that is married to someone, then later maybe the marriage gets sour and it leads to divorce. And then if it is the woman that left the husband, not the husband sending her, she's the one that divorced the husband, that one is different. And if it is the man that divorced the woman, the rules has its own implications there too. So if a marriage is contracted and there's problem and the woman decides to divorce the man, then she is the one that will refund the dowry back to the man she divorced. And if it is the man that divorced the woman, then there will be no refund of dowry. She will just go like that. And then what of if she wants to remarry again after she has divorced the husband? If she wants to remarry again, whether it is the man that divorced her or she's the one that divorced the husband, it is going to be this way. The application of the rule is this way. If she wants to remarry again, then the intending the bridegroom will bring 15,000 naira, only 15,000 naira. Then she will come with he will come with 2 goats, then 2 crates of minerals, and 2 cartons of beer. That is all. 15,000 naira, then 2 goats, 2 crates of minerals, and 2 cartons of beer. That is all. So amuya igarenge simami ngakole na tusisare ntanka sarakiza mi na akomutani zo. Ingasusu yirni mi kabanga bango azuba dadi abichar are ku udamu taku ki garagini zo ko ngasusu yirni mi abakwe umbamvu kumu abaninga laku inga ngiri kunungo nke iure inga bimba ku kasara niriri munta Ninzo ndo niriri munta ya lindu niriri batunsi sarba nturuga ka amuya mutaba we nidiba hi gare isitingenge iyamba ati gara nuru igreti ngani ku wadi abadi natingenge ati so unuru iyamba ngo akauruma na gurukumaninga ko guruka ko kusoni kweba ko ka ko kusoni ntonu manankana sikoni ngahe wala ha ku uruma inklo igare wemi wangwala hai astaguru yamati sote se brimi wasu wamuguri wamukaruma na guru wala ha inklo udakudame mosisinga ngondae wati su unuru wango atumfuku iswe igare sibandanda wati ha yamba wati guru wo yamba sita ha inkindire zozoe wango ha makituma wango agba ule kuma kwa kwituma wango hama aisa hamen kinde wali su yambango ahanurua ko gukanurua na kuma ninga ko kusona tikunga nkandaba to uyambawa ara hankuluma employ wamaso inkindiri nyingo uda umutak Ninzo uda ni tui yambangongo igare inama kukiku susuruma ngoku. And then we move to a widow. A widow. The marriage is contracted, she stay with her husband, maybe God bless them with children. Then at the end of the day, death does his own duty. The person is dead, that's the husband is dead, and the woman is now a widow. Now, if she's a widow, what happens if she intends to get married or she gets somebody who wants to marry her again? So, what are the applications of the Ninzo constitution in such issue? Then if the woman wants to get married again, she has the right to stay, that we call this inheritance. In Ninzo language, they practice inheritance of the properties of a lost relative, someone who died. They have rules for sharing the properties of that person. We call it inheritance. So the Ninzo people can equally inherit the wife of the late relative. So if she agrees to stay with one of the relative of the husband, of the late husband, then she has that right to do so. But then still, the new bridegroom will have something to pay. That's in line with the Ninzo traditional marriage right. If the woman agrees to stay back with one of the relatives as a wife, then the new bridegroom or that new relative who happens to be the new bridegroom now, who intend to be the new bridegroom, will definitely go and give one goat as dowry, one goat to the parents of the woman, then 10,000 naira as dowry. That is all about that one. She has agreed to stay back as being inherited by the relative of the late husband, and she's ready to stay back so that she can take care of her children and remain where the husband was, remain with the relative. That is okay. One goat is okay, and 10,000 naira. That is the new rule now. Then what if she decides not to remarry or to be taken by one of the relatives as an inheritance? What is the condition there? She will be free to stay in the late husband's compound and take care of her children, provided she will not get involved in the unruly behavior that will not be tolerated by the relatives of the late husband. Then she's free to stay back with her children, stay in the husband's compound and take care of her children as long as she lives, if she wants it that way. But if she decided not to be inherited by any of the relative of the late husband as a wife, and she cannot live in the compound of where the late husband died, then she is free to go back to her parents or to go and rent a place somewhere or stay on her own. So that is all about that. But then, if she does so, if she goes back to her parents' house or get a job somewhere or she have a house somewhere and decide to park in there, that's all. She has the right to the children, and she has the right to stay on her own, not to be inherited and not ready to stay in the late husband's compound. Then, if she wants to remarry, if it is a Ninzo person or not a Ninzo person wants to marry and she's already a widow that has packed that, so what will happen is that the person will come with 15,000 naira as dowry, then 2 goats also as dowry, but there will be no crates of minerals and there will be no carton of beer. That is all about that. That is all about that. And if the parents want to ask, there's nothing like Gara, that is assistant to the bride. There's nothing like that. It's not stated in the constitution of Ninzo people. So amuya ulegunga usumami iyamba ngongo agara uruma ngani waliyo bade amba abako wati kpanye dadu watakuso ko uzaire uruma ngo chungo komla manumango ase ni asotitri na panye duata garma wa panye duata kusona kuna kake ami marbango to wama asiku ipanye mamu wasita kuso gige mi mami yo wangongo duata garmango atagli ivu uyiri akokuni atiti abi yambaba natanuba inklo ukli uru tabanu badadu ukli abanu badadu ukli ko ukli uru wategli ko ni baba wa gaudaku ke gara kuma takane zoko ikreba igre mo ikuksoba o wati tisa da duwa sita so ni suta so ku kundra tu yamba mango ga mumare ndoni vu iki iniku ga ayodi inheritance gado in Hausa language wati da duwa sita da meme to wama siku ike mamu wati panye duwa sita gara he na takuso ni ku erumai na tagre ami marba ndru sita tisa kwen wabi kuso na gri tuma che ati na shushu to ngwada solempi abara da kudi bi gushare ni kwe wa isa so che na ko gre mu marba wure to ndru sita glomai wa ma so udamu takane kane zoko wati na memeba ate green kule makoko niba wati so na bona da duwa da gara ndru atakugri ndru ngo da gara ma ngo tika kuni kwe bai na ko ku so ni ko mana ntonu mana ko na ndru ntonu mana do ata gara zizo na isa gara umla uruma ngo kungo undrango nge garamango ko bise Ninzo ko bise anakina mbui na iriri ni makin ngujina bi nge garamango abada glise inklo ukli uwurnu tui that's 15,000 in English dubugo mashabiyar nada gli amu aha wode gli mu aha ba ma kuma ba sia gli amaji jahe asta gli amate na asitagli ahi ajijahe iya wamasama adagli si amu ahayo na kuma adagli ukli uwunutu akokuni wa haba wa masudaku igar imutai Ninzo izai and then what will be the person finally that is what now that is series 3. I'm now entering into the series 4 because I'm combining both series 3 and series 4 together. So and then what are the disciplines? If one happens to break away from the Ninzo constitutional marriage, so what are the rules, or what are the disciplines, or what are the charges that the person will undergo as a result of breaking the rules of the Ninzo traditional marriage? Number one, the person will be charged 100,000. The person who break that rule will be charged 100,000. If you collect more than what the constitution stated, then you will be charged to pay 100,000. Where you fail to pay that 100,000 naira, you will be taken to the customary court. You will take it to the customary court to be charged there. Then, if you are charged, maybe if you agree and pay the 100,000 naira as the disciplinary action on you, that is okay. Then the village head of that particular place where that offense took place will be charged 30,000. That's if he fails to report to the committee or to the traditional council that this offense is being committed. If he fails to report, that means he supported that action, so he will be charged 30,000 naira. And definitely those extra things that are collected, if it is the money that is more than the amount stated, you will refund that extra. And if it is the other things that are asked, you are asked to bring, let's say the 2 goats and the 15,000 naira. If you bring more than, if the person brings more than that and collect other things, you must refund those things that are outside the traditional Ninzo right. You must refund it. Then the village head will be charged to pay 30,000 for no reporting that the Ninzo traditional right has been broken by somebody. Amuya inkiri inengisu unsurangongo kai iga intindiri jungo uda ndona adumunta ada nitu igre Ninzo ingo unduratika na kukukpa asechika mli injingo udakudango abara na matinyingi ngwabada de inkiniri ngwada na kungwati wode na meme abara duma han ukri ayiri amuninzo mutabari de madadu ukri, that is 100,000 ukri ayiri ukri ayiri unigri bua uchu ni bua kwa ngongo digri in ankompla kama kango uchu na ankomplawa the village head uchu na ankomplawa ko ni gri in komplawa ngo sauchu ango ayoni na gwedi mengwa, that's the assistant village head abada duma ukri iswetara, that is 30,000 naira. He is going to be charged because he fails to report. Abada duma ukri iswetara wama sinkindiri nyungo alana wali kai include my as you can include ayiriwa ukri ayira, that's 100,000. Abada grima na kontu ki bremu ka adu munta, that's the traditional court. Abada grima na kontu ki bremu ku adu no udamu takanezoko abada kuku breku amunabo but na hinkindiri nyungo atada kungo wala hase kianga kango udamu takuna adu munta ni ibamu ta idamu. So disciplines and action taken about somebody, the charges placed on you to pay for disobeying is called iba in Ninzo language. Abada chueba wala kuku ukli ayiri ni uchu na komplawa wamami ata ukli isweta wama sinkindiri nyongo udamu ntako udango. So Ninzo people, I'm not an advocate of that, but I'm only have access to the Ninzo traditional rules, traditional marriage rules, and I feel the copies are not circulating very fast, so I decide to translate it from Hausa language to Ninzo language and to English, so that it can spread to other people, because it is not only Ninzo people that marry Ninzo girls, or marry Ninzo women, or Ninzo divorcee, or Ninzo widows. Other tribes comes into. So if he's coming and we are giving him the Ninzo traditional marriage rights, which is written in Hausa, what if the person is an Igbo man who doesn't even know the Hausa? So I decided to help by translating it back to English and Ninzo, so that it can get across to each and every one of us. Amuyanga kiniri nyungo muntari nzoba anango ngasinkli banu gomu ni komple ngase ninzo ni mpanye meme igare iti clean kroka kame abadi griji mi mauta di amumar mutaba kanga ni gara ni wa mutaba ni ko abaru basu akoche undu sama ngoba kitu weke wa sama ndumule ni so sama ni yamba ni so ni plamre ngonga nkea manu sibata mara bana gri kunu nakaba uchu muta au akaba uchu aweyi na teti to ngona yo anisibana hulaba na konkulaka that's from villages and villages abangani ngurubini ni akaba uchua ngona kuso na vo aleka ashuke abreke ona ki iwure ababi grace chikaji wadi sinklongi sama umar mutabadi garnan karko kabuso garna bingo ti sinklongi itli mweni gare na sekyanga digringa ni gare wakati sikanga so umar mutabani gare to abagri kaji ntakie umar badaka ngani gare ni kwati singa ni sore ni mba wa izami ati ngegarva munga ngase duama abadaji zo dadu. It is said again that if there is no list again, there's not any other extra list that when somebody comes to marry, then a group of people will form a committee in that village and start giving lists differently. No, it is that same constitution, the new constitution that will be presented. That is just the list. No any other list is allowed again. That is the tradition. I am not the one that is passing any law on anybody, but this is a committee that formed in our paramount leader palace, which is Uchunizo Haji Dr. Umar Musa, and it has been signed into law. So, nga sombre time tabiga nkinyingo iwure ntabina nidi in tani nzoba abikuchuna isoba. What is inkindiri imi wa yo numani jike asenye denesiba na meme wa da du wa gar uzumi wa gar ni ha wa mi abange garva mi wa da atana kwa meme yo to ingruji samai abaki ivlipa yo ngona kai my glow by jikin ta dinte bi he am ko I gar kam mar mutaba ni vo ani wa mutaba mi gar kanisiba abada gar ni supa mi mata gudiba sore ngasi so klidi nga komble kimba se amuni mamuna nkara sinki nyongo udako intango ingata ngasu kumako nga nke iwure inta we miti ngulubi nu chumunta ko na tu chumunta ba na kompla kana kankan ta senin zo we ni jina kompla kana kankan e won tati na me uchu ango so glinta na kompla mtagango ata ke uchu muntana kabampia ata ke mashuna shishi ata uchu muntana kabampia mi ta nyarku wenta ga inkini nyungo udaka ninzo kuziza ku udango Ninzo people, I think if we happen to follow the present traditional marriage constitution, is going to be better for us. I think it is not done with any bad intention. I just want to believe that one, but I don't know your feeling about it. But as for me, if anybody comes to marry my daughter, that is exactly what I'm going to do. We make it easy for others. If somebody is making his own expensive, let him go ahead and make it expensive, because I'm not going to use dowry marriage money from somebody because I'm sending out my daughter. Then I should be thinking of buying a car, or thinking of buying a plot, or thinking of buying a house because somebody is coming to marry my daughter. No, the marriage of my daughter should not be a marketing issue. It should be an issue that will unite two families together. So I think it is okay by me, and I believe it has been okay by other people. So this is what I have in the series 3 and series 4. So thank you so much for watching. Nganyarki mba kami abachi bizu intanikeke.